Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back another video day, and today the Houston Rockets announced their training camp roster. Today, Monday, was the media day. We got to see every single Houston Rockets player talk to the media. That was amazing. Just finished up doing a media day recap video. It's one of my last posted videos. I'll put it up at the end of this video. But yeah, it was good. I mean, obviously, all the players are back together in uniform, taking pictures, doing interviews with the media and with others. Like the Rockets players were probably doing interviews with the radio stations like 710 or 690, and other different platforms, probably doing interviews with a bunch of others. But the main thing we got to see was the players doing interviews with the media, and it was on Rocket social media. There was a live stream, and we got to see every single player, all 14 players that are on the roster, not including the two-way guys. All players talked to the media today. Now, yes, I said 14 players. Rafael Stone was asked on media day, if they're going to open up their rosters, the open roster spot, if they're going to fill that after buying out A.J. Griffin, now that, that roster spot is open. And he said he wouldn't rule out the possibility, but he thinks it's unlikely that the Rockets fill the roster spot anytime soon. He likes the flexibility of having open roster spot with, the trade deadline and, all different possibilities with having that spot open. And he also did mention that he thinks there's a lot of guys already who could potentially not be getting minutes. He doesn't really think they need to add anybody else to this team, and I kind of agree with that. All right, let's go over what this training camp roster does look like, because, yes, was media day today, and, sure, did we get to see all the guys? We got to see all of the 14 players talk to the, media and see them in uniform. They didn't actually play basketball today. That starts tomorrow. Training camp starts tomorrow, so we'll go over the roster for training camp. Now, for the first time in years, the Rockets are going to be playing training. They're going to be having their training camp in Houston, in the new training facility. For years, I think they've been going to different places. Louisiana. I think a couple of different years they've gone to Galveston. So this year, finally, the Rockets are going to be in Houston due to the new training facility, which is amazing. And let's go over what this roster looks like. So first we'll go over the two-way guys. Your two-way contract and Exhibit 10 contracts. Jack McVay, who the Rockets brought in from Australia. 3 Australians on this Houston Rockets team. I don't think there's any team that... it's probably rare that there's a team that has 2 Australians, yet alone 3. Jack McVay is one of the multiple two-way contract guys. Also Nate Williams, also called Jonathan Williams, who is back for another year with the Rockets. Back, second straight year with the Rockets on a two-way contract. Also, Nafale Dante, who was an undrafted free agent the Rockets signed. He looked pretty solid for the Rockets in summer league. And then Jermaine Samuels Jr. is back with the Rockets for like the 3rd straight year in training camp. So those are your two-way contract guys. Also forgot to mention Nate Hinton is the other two-way contract guy. Now, talking about the roster, here's what the roster looks like. The guys that are on standard contracts, regular contracts. Aaron Holiday back with the Rockets, re-signing. He said he's happy to be back in Houston in his interview. Amen Thompson in his second NBA season. Jock Lando back with the Rockets for a second season. Jalen Green getting year 4 underway now. Crazy to say year 4. It's unbelievable. Also, Fred Van Vliet is back for a second year with the Rockets. Cam Whitmore Jayshawn Tate, the longest tenured Rocket. Dylan Brooks ready for year 2 with the Rockets. Jabari Smith Jr., year 3 for Jabari. Steven Adams, one of the newest faces of the team besides Reed Sheppard. We also got Reed Sheppard, speaking of Reed Sheppard, Tari Eason on the team, back and healthy, and Alperen Sengun, and Jeff Green. So those are your 14 guys on the roster. Then, of course, you have your two-way contracts that I mentioned, like Jack McVay, Nate Hinton, Nate Williams, N'Faly Dante, and Jermaine Samuels Jr. So 5 two-way contract guys, 14 NBA standard contracts. Of course, it'd be one if the AJ Griffin stuff didn't happen. Wish the best for him. We'll I don't think we'll see him play anywhere else as he's retiring, but wish the best of luck to him. But it doesn't look like he's going to be replaced because, it looks like Stone and the Rockets think that the best thing for this team is to keep that roster spot open for, if someone were to get cut that they would love to bring in, or potentially maybe, the trade deadline, adding in someone at the trade deadline potentially. But also, I going back to what Stone said, Raphael Stone said, the GM, saying, if we have so much depth already, there are, probably 3 or 4, he didn't say this, but there are probably 3 or 4 guys that are not going to be getting minutes that probably, maybe should. Look, Steven Adams is back on this team now, so Jock Landale is a guy who looked phenomenal at the end of the year last year. I don't think he'll be getting minutes. Jayshawn Tate is a guy who's one of the most long-tenured Houston Rocket, and plays incredible defense when he gets the opportunity to play. Not only that, but he's very tough, good rebounder, and does a great job. He's not going to be getting minutes. So those are 2 guys who definitely could be getting minutes, but aren't going to be getting minutes because the Rockets have one of the best benches in the NBA. So then there's 12 other guys on this roster, and you probably look at it and there's going to be 2 or 3 other guys on this team that don't get minutes. I look at the bench right now. Obviously, we would know the starting 5 is going to be what it was last year: Fred, Jalen, Dylan, Jabari, Sengun, and then the bench. I think your locks for the players to come off the bench. I think we'll for sure see Cam Whitmore, Amen Thompson, Steven Adams, and Tari Eason get minutes, and obviously that could be it. You could see guys like Jeff Green, Aaron Holiday, and Reed Sheppard not get minutes. But I think most likely the Rockets will, go with a 10-man rotation. So if 10 guys are in the rotation and Cam, Amen, Steven Adams, and Tari Eason are the 4 guys that are getting minutes off the bench, and there's going to be one other guy to get minutes, you got one of Jeff Green, Aaron Holiday, or Reed Sheppard getting minutes, and 2 of the others aren't. And the only way to fix that is, go into 11-man rotation, which is something Ime Udoka did do a couple times last year. We would see that with how deep the Rockets team was last year. I just don't know if that happens again. We'd have to see if he would do that. But so I understand the Rockets not going to the 15-player roster, because I think with their depth right now, they don't really need that. All 14 players on this roster are capable of being a part of the rotation. The 2 bottom guys in Jayshawn Tate and Jock Landale are definitely able to be a part of this rotation if needed to. So, I definitely don't think that roster spot needs to be filled right now. Let me know your thoughts on the Rockets training camp roster in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.